Live.
Live. I'm gonna post this on our page real quick. We're live. Alright, let me get this other screen up here. Boom. So I did that? Is it like a boom? It's like,
Saw you,
pow!
Yeah, I heard you, and I saw you do the boom.
Yeah. Alright. So, no one's watching. We'll give this a second. Actually, I don't think we really need to because there's never going to be anyone watching ever. No one likes us. We're not interesting.
I want you to like us.
Why don't they like us? We're so friendly. So very friendly. Let me see if this showed up. Pages manager. I must share it too. Share.
There's 3 people watching. 2 of them.
Oh yeah? That means there's one person. Oh yes, there's 2. It's on.
There's 5 total.
Nice. What's up, people? Alright, post. Somebody say hi in the chat. Let us know you're out there. It's a big deal. There's 2 of us.
When there used to be 3, now there's 2.
Damn. There's 2. Chris has disappeared.
Nobody's heard from him except for us. We can't disclose his location at this time.
I don't think it was aliens. I don't think he got abducted.
No,
But I mean, that would make for a really good story.
it would. No, he wasn't. We can say for pretty certain terms that he was not abducted by aliens.
Okay.
But we can also say with certainty that, in all probability and some certainty, that there may have been aliens involved in his disappearance. However, we cannot
may
be.
always be aliens involved.
Right.
We don't know.
We don't know. But we can't be so bold as to say that he was abducted by them, not if he willingly went with them. Then it wasn't technically an abduction.
This is true.
So on technicality, he may have gone with aliens somewhere, but he has not been abducted. He is safe as far as we know.
He's sorely missed.
They could be
True.
probing him anally. The old, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if that's what you're into.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the size of the probe, I suppose.
Right. Well, Chris also has a really, really large butthole.
Yeah, that's
Gaping.
what I've heard.
Gaping. I've been on the road with him.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I have too.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know,
It's so bad that he has to go to other places.
like when
to
he
prove-
shits, it literally just like falls out. Like
it shoots out.
like it's just like a hole. So it just kind of like
It's like a cannonball.
there's no squeezing involved. It just
Yeah.
drops out.
Yeah, none of his turds are football shaped.
No.
No. Poor Chris.
They're all round.
Yes, so hopefully Chris will come back to us sometime soon. Thanks, Cass. So yeah, hopefully he'll be back. We're gonna miss him a little bit. That much?
that much. But it could be that his disappearance is all just part of a program, ones and zeros.
Like a master plan?
Yeah, like a simulation.
Hmm.
It can be ones and zeros, and that's it.
You know, there's people that think that we're living in a simulation.
Some smart people. Think
Yeah, really.
Really, like some of the smartest people.
Not like crazy whack hacks?
No, they might think it too, but also some of the smartest people in the world think that.
Do tell, Jay.
Well, I don't know a lot about it other than, some
Have you heard
prominent
things?
scientists have theorized that it's possible that we live in a simulation.
Really?
And some of them believe that it's actually more likely statistically that we do live in a simulation versus not living in a simulation.
Really?
Yes. Here's the fucked up part, though.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, it is. But the fucked up thing is there's really no way to prove
Right.
that we're living in one. Because if we did find proof, the proof could just be part of the simulation.
Oh my god.
So it's like this paradox. Like, there's no way to know for sure. So all we can do is just theorize. And if we found proof, that proof would be a suspect. Because that proof might be just part
It
of
would
the
be
code.
hypothetically false.
Yeah, that would just be part of the code. Somebody could have just put in the proof. Like,
The proof's in the pudding.
Proof's
No, it's in the code.
it's in the code.
It's in the
It's
code.
in the code, the ones and zeros. But, so it might be true. If that is true, then that means that there is a God.
And it's code.
No, the God is the creator.
The coder.
Exactly. It could be some fucking little 13-year-old pimple-faced fucking dork
Yeah.
drinking fucking Mountain Dew, Code
Yeah.
Red,
Code red.
sitting there with his fucking Funyuns, fucking being like, fucking, fucking playing
He's
us
got-
like The Sims.
he's got fucking Cheetos dick. Man, if we're in a simulation, man, imagine if somebody could hack it and just start fucking with shit.
They could, I guess.
Maybe people have.
But here's another thing that was interesting that they talked about, because one theory as well, if we do live in a simulation, then it would be kind of like a Matrix type thing,
Yeah.
where we'd be able to see glitches.
I see glitches all the time.
But here's the catch on the glitch thing, is that if there were glitches, because it was a simulation, then if we us in the future, whoever's making this simulation, had that kind of power to make this simulation, then surely they would have enough power and technology to go back and rewind and fix the glitches,
Fix
so
the
they
glitch.
never actually happened.
It's a good name for a band. Fix the glitch.
Fix the glitch.
I like that. I've definitely fucking seen glitches because not too long ago, this happened like 3 or 4 times in like a 2-week period where I'd be driving and I see a car go by that's like a very unmistakable type of car. Like I'm in the turning lane to go left and this car comes from this way and it's a weird fucking car, so I take note of it because, I see the weird shit like that. And it's going that way. And then I turn, and then as I'm turning, that same car passes me. And I'm like, that's not even possible. Like, he couldn't have got to a U-turn place and turned around and then gotten through the light, which was red.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's almost like that car came from somewhere else. Yeah. And that happened like 4 times in 2 weeks.
Didn't you just say that?
Yes. Didn't you just say that?
Wait, what?
Yes.
I think we just found a glitch.
We're generating glitches.
We're generating glitches by talking about glitches. We're generating a glitch. We could be monitored right now by some fucking future kid that's
Yeah.
creating all this. I think he might be monitoring this right
I'm sure. He's got like keyword glitch.
now.
Yeah. It's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary. But, if you could create... Because here's another thing that I heard them talk about was like, so it would be a lot easier to create a simulation of the universe than it would be to create an actual universe.
Like an actual organic universe.
Like what we assume that all this is.
Yeah.
Way easier. Even though it's super complex, technologically speaking, way easier to create a simulation of all this than it would be to create this.
Well, you call it a simulation, but what happens like when you get hurt? Like you're physically broken. Like, how can that be simulated?
Well, I mean,
I guess if all of
theoretically,
our reality is if we're simulated.
well, it's just it's coded in us that we're not, that, you know, maybe randomly.
So we are a simulation, not just
Yeah.
our environment.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Maybe not all of us though.
Mm.
Then you can keep going deeper down the rabbit hole. Maybe just some of us are simulated.
Some of us
are
are aliens, captured in simulation. No, because then that would have to be like a holographic projection. Tech, not that.
But yeah, no, I mean, maybe it's not even like a future human being. It could be just some aliens
Yeah.
that fucking create us. Like, hey, let's go have some fun. Fucking let's go to the university. Fucking.
And they're not good at modeling, so we're actually just really fucked up, funny looking aliens.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we were a mistake, but they coded us to make us think we look.
we're like
normal.
the Sims of the alien world.
Yeah.
Look, nerd.
Yeah.
Look what I got. I got a brand new GoPro.
Oh shit! Is that the Hero 5
The Hero 5 Negro.
Negro?
Yes, it's awesome with the touchscreen. It's
Shit.
lovely. Lovely.
I'll trade you a Hero 3 Plus Silver and a pair of headphones.
Those are my headphones, Jake.
Okay. Queen size bed. Still got like 3 years of life left in it.
Got one.
It has a stain on it though. I'm not gonna tell you where that stain is.
Don't need it.
It's not steaming though.
Nope.
I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's
So you don't have
worse.
to worry.
That's even worse.
It's not worse than what it is. What it actually is.
I'm just gonna say
But it's not real anyway.
No, I'm
it's
keeping
just,
my
it's
camera.
a simulated stain.
no. So, all right. So we live in a simulation. Your bed has stains on it.
Yeah.
This is going in a really bad direction.
Well, simulated stains.
What'd you do for? Oh, it's a fucking New Year. Happy New Year, everybody.
That's right. Happy New Year.
Yes. What'd you do for New Year's?
I did the most boring, like adulty, like thing. I sat on the couch with my girlfriend and we drank wine,
That's cool.
and it was totally cool.
Hmm.
It was awesome.
Hey, I met my boss and his wife and some friends out for a couple drinks early. And I came home and did a FaceTime thing with my friends that don't live here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my friend in South Carolina and my other friends in Orlando. So
Did you
cool.
watch? Did you actually watch the ball drop?
No. Although the next day I watched, I saw on Facebook there was some kind of a funny thing about Mariah Carey having a trade.
You know what's funny about that is that we were actually watching that because there's like 3 ball dropped. There's like the CNN
Right.
one. There's the Dick Clark one, which is now like Ryan Seacrest. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And then there's he was like a Carson Daly one.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was alive anymore. But anyway, so we were watching it, and they're like, now the Mariah Carey performance is coming on. We both fucking hate Mariah Carey. Like, her voice is just like nails on a chalkboard for me. And beautiful voice, allegedly. She's a great singer. Just my ears don't like it. So I'm like, we were both like, you know what? Let's fucking take a break real quick from watching this shit. So we
didn't watch
so
it?
we didn't
You
watch
didn't
it.
see it?
And, then,
Ah.
and all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, we're on our phones and we're like, you know, like, why is everybody talking about this Mariah Carey shit? What the fuck happened? We missed the whole fucking debacle.
Did you see it though? Did you go back and watch a YouTube
Yeah,
of it?
we watched it.
Yeah. That was horrendous.
Yeah, that's bad.
See, that's when lip syncing goes bad.
Yeah,
Can't rely on that shit.
can't rely on it. You gotta have like a backup plan because sometimes shit's gonna go wrong. And maybe you should just sing it.
Yeah.
And it was funny because you could hear like those super high notes that you can't hit anymore.
Uh-huh.
Like those were fucking in there.
Yeah.
You know, those were fucking part
That's
of the track.
crazy, man. It's so crazy that faking it is just such a standard thing.
I just
you know?
yeah, like that the whole fucking lip syncing thing is I think just the most retarded fucking thing to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, like people are going to see you perform. Like they want to hear you sing.
Yeah.
Like that's that's what they're paying for,
Yeah.
right? I
You
mean,
know
it's
what I mean?
not like at least 50% of what they're paying for is to
Yeah.
actually hear you sing.
Yeah. Now there's a lot of those performers that do the singing and do the all the dancing and all that shit,
Right.
and they can fucking do it.
They can pull it off, like Pink.
Yeah, like Pink, fucking Janet Jackson.
Janet
I'm pretty
Jackson,
sure.
Yeah.
I actually saw Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
Totally sings all her shit. You
Yeah.
know, I think Pink is by far the
She's
the
like,
most like badass.
Yeah,
of
she's
all
a
of them.
fucking badass.
Yeah.
She's
She does aerial shit. And all
she's
kinds
in
of crap.
shape like a motherfucker. She
Yeah.
can do all. Yeah, she can do everything. That's the thing. Is like it's really if your excuse is well you got to dance and do all that stuff, you're gonna be out of breath or whatever. Well, I guess then you're not so good at what you do.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's part of the gig,
Maybe
man.
you shouldn't be making those millions.
Exactly. That's kind of part of the
You're
gig. It's not an easy gig.
Yeah.
So either you do it or you suck.
Yeah.
And fuck off.
Wonder if Beyonce does all her shit. Anybody know? Chime in.
Anybody friends with Beyonce?
Anybody know Beyonce? Is she legit?
Beyonce from what's the name of the group? The three women? Three
What
three
group was Beyonce
the
in?
Three Musketeers? What the fuck was the group that she remember she was in like a girl group.
Fuck. Help us out here, people. What fucking shitty group was Beyonce in?
TLC.
No.
Yeah.
One girl on TLC was
Oh, rest in peace, Left Eye.
Yeah. Don't pour anything out on my floor, right? No one's paying attention. Nobody else knows. No, it was Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child.
Look at the big brain on Sky.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes. Anyway.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some lip syncing going on with Beyonce, but she seems like she got it all together. Maybe not. But like, I'm not opposed to bands or artists running tracks, even like some backing vocal stuff.
Just
I know
picking it
plenty
up.
of bands that have done that shit. Fuck, my band ran some tracks here and there, but it was more to like fill out the sound. These are very subtle things.
Yeah, like a lot of bands will use like keyboards and shit.
Right, that's right, exactly.
Pre-tracked.
Yeah, and it just kind of fills things out.
But it's not main vocals.
Right, but it's not like the main thing that everybody is fucking listening to.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a lot of bands, if they can't afford to have somebody on the side to like hit play on like intros and shit,
Yeah.
they'll actually trigger them with like a drum pad.
Yeah.
So the drummer will dial it up,
Yeah.
and hit it,
Right.
and then they can go into it.
Right.
Just have to click and all that crap.
We
So-
Darmon started doing that last couple years of our existence. We struggled with it a little bit to get it right. It was kind of a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
but we felt like that it did add something to the show. You know, in a subtle way, it took it from here to like here, like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
just enough that it was. We felt it was worth the effort.
Yeah.
Actually, Matt put a lot of effort into that shit.
Yeah,
And,
he's the techie kind of guy.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that stuff, but it's just you can't just fucking pretend you're singing and just run a track.
Yeah, especially when
It's
you're known
garbage.
for singing.
Right, and that's the thing. That's what happened to fucking Milli Vanilli too.
Yeah.
It's like you do realize that shit can go wrong and does.
Yeah, and will.
And will. And this is exactly what happens when it does, you know?
At least, if you're a band and you're playing and you got like a backing keyboard track or something, you can play without it.
Yeah, if that shit goes out or you can't hear it, that ain't gonna affect your show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Clusterfucks happen to the best of them. And apparently the worst of them.
well, I don't wish her, anything bad or anything, but I'm not a fan. But she fucked up. She doesn't seem to fucking care. Anyway.
She kept trying to throw it back on the sound guy.
Yeah.
Cure these monitors.
Monitors. Yeah. I used to blame stuff on the sound guy too.
Sound guys are dicks. So I don't know if the one or two of you that are watching have noticed, but we're in a different location because Chris has the laptop that we normally use to broadcast and we plug our microphones and all that shit into. And since he's been abducted by aliens, we had to just use my regular computer, sans microphones and everything. So I think it probably sounds okay. Hopefully. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. What else is going on?
What else is going on? I shot an Uzi yesterday.
Israeli.
Fucking badass.
Aren't they from Israel originally? The Jews
I
came
think
up
so.
with that.
Yeah, I think so.
We have like what, the theory of relativity, Uzis.
Yep. And Mariah Carey.
I don't know if that's.
Okay. But I went to be a part of a photo shoot for. I know a guy who works for a company that they make guns, right here in Lake Worth, and right there in Lake Worth, and so I'm trying to get in with them and stuff. So I had the opportunity to go out to a photo shoot they were doing, kind of do some like B-roll, kind of behind the scenes kind of stuff, But I shot some good photos, and then of course, after we were done with the shoot, there's a bunch of gun guys there with a bunch of guns, so we had to go shoot the guns.
Nice.
So and where it was in this like it's like an aviation community, which was pretty interesting. It's like you drive in and the road splits and it goes way the hell back and joins, So but down the middle is a big grass like runway, and there's houses all the way around, like big house with a hangar next to it. Every house had a hangar next to it or behind it.
So everyone there's got a plane?
Everyone there has a plane. But this guy had 5 helicopters, like in his little what do you call it? His little hangar. So we went down all the way to the end, and next to there's no fields. There's no field, or there's just fields. So it's like there's no houses or anything behind all the houses. So he's like, yeah, my buddy down here, he said, you can come down there, you can shoot guns out here. So I figured we were going to go out into a field. Well, we drove down there, we all got out of the trucks and everything, and we walked between the two houses. We were actually between his house and somebody's hangar. And there's a big pile of dirt. And that's what we're shooting at. Right behind is a canal, and then right behind that is like a big long-ass field. And so he brought out some like big rubber like mannequin kind of target things, and we shot
How was the Uzi?
a bunch of different. The Uzi was so different than my AR-15. Like it's like a machine.
Yeah.
It's like my AR-15 is like very precision feeling. It's like chink, whereas this thing is like ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Like it is very like. I don't know, it just felt like it had a lot of like, it was very like, do, when you shot it, and it was just like totally different beast. But it was cool though. It was spot on. It was not as unruly as I thought it would be, But and fully auto, and he had a suppressor for it, which is cool. And we shot this other gun that I've shot before, but shot it fully auto. So, and the photographer guy that was there, he had his 11-year-old kid with him, and he was just out there like helping him with the shoot or whatever. So he had earplugs in and stuff, and he's like, "You want to shoot a machine gun?" The kid's like, "Yeah," So he got him out there, and there's few of the guys out there were instructors, So they got all around him, and they're like, "Okay, stand like this, hold this and do this." And he had shot before, but not like a full auto gun, And so he shot a few rounds, and they're like, "Okay, you got it. Now switch it to the other mode." And
he's probably shot before.
Yeah, but not full auto. That was his first time. He's 11. He got to shoot fucking a machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't shoot the Uzi. He shot the other one. But it was cool, and it's like so he's like shooting full auto, like brrr, brrr, and he ran out of bullets, and he's like, okay, and we're all like, everybody's watching, everybody stopped talking and shit. We're all just like, we're like looking for his reaction, and someone's like, he's like, so what'd you think? He's like, kid's like all like serious, He's like, that was awesome.
Like Chris when Chris first showed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so that was pretty cool. So I got to shoot an Uzi. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I got 2 really, really amazing pictures out of it.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't the photographer for the shoot, but I was kind of shooting over his shoulder and getting some shots in between while he was setting stuff up. And I got some really, really good ones. They're on my Instagram page. Visual Vortex Photography. So check it out.
Is there like photography? Is there like beef between photographers? Like, if, obviously this guy had the gig, but you're kind of there with the camera. Is there like, do you got to go up to him and be like, I'm
well,
just kind of like,
I did. I don't think you really have to. You know, like we introduced ourselves and stuff. He saw I had a camera, and one other guy was like, oh, who are you here with? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I'm here with these guys, but I'm just shooting background stuff. You know, like behind the scenes. Oh, okay, that kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
thing. So I told him the other photographer, I'm like, yeah, I'm just shooting, you know, behind the scenes stuff and you know some, you know, like video, you know, because I have my GoPro and shit. I'm like, I'm gonna be shooting mostly just behind the scenes, like video or whatever. I'm like, so I'm gonna stay out of your way. You know, if you need me to move or need anything from me, just let me know. He's like, that's cool, man, that's cool. So we got to shooting shit. We traded Instagrams and
Nice.
everybody tagged each other because that's what you do now,
Right. That's
you
it.
know. So, and the guy that was basically the setup was they had a helicopter and the guy was they got this guy who's a badass military dude. He came up and he does like aerial combat training, you know, like for like shooting out of a helicopter kind of training, I guess.
Right.
And so you know he was the one that was wearing all the gear and stuff,
Okay.
and you know so we had it all set up and it was fun. It was something different, you know. It's like I've only shot certain types of things like
Yep. And where
girls,
was
bands, cars, and motorcycles. You know,
where was this at again?
this is out west, like West Palm.
Okay.
You know,
Waxahachie Grove.
yeah, almost, yeah, right about before you run out of civilization.
That's
So
cool.
I'm excited. It's getting cool out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what we have tonight is this cool weather we have tonight is a weak cold front that moved through. But there's a stronger one that's coming.
Ooh, that's supposed to be this weekend, right?
Yes. So, but that one, because it's potent, it's also usually the potent ones have some weather ahead of them.
Okay.
So we didn't really get a whole lot of rain from this one, but the next one, I think Saturday, is supposed to bring a nice big swath of rain with it. And then once the rain passes, it'll cool down. But again, it's going to be probably short-lived. It might a little
Couple
longer-lived,
days.
a little longer-lived than the previous fronts, but it's
Yeah.
still pretty short-lived. You know, this is the second warmest December we've ever had.
Wow.
The first warmest was last year.
Last year sucked.
Yeah. So
That's
like,
awful.
you know, there's definitely some global warming shit happening for sure. But speaking of the global warming and like weather stuff, I was reading something that was pretty interesting. You know how we haven't really been hit by a hurricane in like 11 years now.
Yeah.
So they've kind of have this theory now that that there's this kind of built-in buffer around the coastline of the United States that is sort of helping these hurricanes not hit us.
Really?
And
Like a force field?
yeah, it's like a force field.
That's cool.
Yeah, and what it is, it's basically like a bounce. So like the storms usually form south of here, right?
Yeah.
They form in this thing called the intertropical convergence zone, which is like, you know, fucking basically if you, it basically goes right into like the top of South America.
Okay.
That's where the line is, and they all usually form down there.
Yeah.
And then if they threaten the U.S., they have to be turning sort of north to get to us. So what happens is they form in an area where there's not a lot of wind shear, which is a good environment for a hurricane to form.
Okay.
Because you don't want wind shear basically would like blow the hurricane apart, so that's bad for a hurricane. They want no wind shear.
Like a hurricane starts with like pressure, right?
It does, but in order for it to form, like there's winds blowing in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and they're blowing fierce a lot of the time. Sometimes they relax, and you need relaxed upper level winds for a hurricane to form, because if there's winds blowing because what happens is a hurricane forms vertically, clouds grow, like when you see a thunderstorm, right? They have those big like anvil looking tops.
Yeah.
Because they need to grow vertically for them to be powerful. So if the winds are really high, really fast up in those levels, it's just going to blow the tops of those thunderstorms off.
Oh, okay.
So the storm can't strengthen.
So it's calm,
If those
It's got
winds are
room to
calm,
grow.
it's got room to grow.
Okay.
So what happens is when the storms form, generally it'll be under calm wind shear. But then when they turn north, there's a balance to the atmosphere. So basically, like if the wind shear is calm where they're forming, it's going to be the wind shear is going to be really strong near the U.S.
Chris, I know we were talking about his anus.
So if the wind shear is weak down where they're forming, it's going to be strong where they might be hitting. And so once the storms start to come towards us, they get blown apart by wind shear and they weaken. So there's like this atmospheric balance that happens if
So does it change over the land?
Well,
Is
not
that
even
what is that what the force field is?
No, it's just this kind of like AB thing that's going on with the atmosphere where if there's usually like the same thing happens in the wintertime here. A lot of times it'll be really cold on the East Coast, and if it is, it's above normal temperatures on the West Coast.
Right.
There's this sort of flux that happens, and it's the same kind of idea with the tropics. So if there's high wind shear over the U.S., there's low wind shear where the storms are forming. So that lets them form, and then when they start to come towards us, they hit that high wind shear and either get blown off course or blown apart. And so like it's just like I think there's like a natural sort of it's just a natural balance to the way it all works. You know what I mean? It can't be. It's not going to be all bad or all good. There's going to be this sort of like flux to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was interesting because there's definitely something weird going on with hurricanes and the fact that we're just like deflecting them.
Yeah.
Right?
I've noticed that. It's definitely weird. Have you got your weather station?
My weather station's up and running. I got to get a laptop and working on that, and then I can like streamline that info onto the web. So it's been fun. I've just been nerding out on it.
That's cool.
But the weather's been pretty boring here. There's not a whole lot of weather happening.
An occasional shower.
Yeah, the occasional shower.
Temperature goes up and down.
Yeah, like one night it'll get down to like 58 degrees. That's about it, and then it's back up to the 80s.
When that happens, do you run out and look at the station at all? Like, you got a little weather, a little rooster with a direction thing on it.
Well, I don't really need to look at the station because all the information that it's gathering is sent to a sensor, a readout that I have in the house. So I'll go out there and look at it sometimes, just admire it.
Yeah.
You know, the little anemometer spinning and shit. But all the information is in the house. So,
Okay.
but it's been fun.
That's cool.
I need a beer. Do you need a beer?
Yeah, I could use a beer.
What you got over there?
I got. I'm drinking Cass's breakfast stouts.
Okay. All right.
Cass, thanks for leaving your beers here. If anybody's on, do me a favor and type over here in the chat and say that it works, so we know we're not talking to a wall. So that'd be cool.
Anybody?
This thing says we have bad video settings, dude.
Well, yeah.
What do they know? If you can see the chat, please say something. Anything. Bottle opener? No, just the one on the fridge. Thanks, guy.
Well, I'm doing a little recording this weekend.
You are?
Yeah.
Dropping some vocals.
Dropping some vocals on the mics.
You doing the cover tune?
I'm doing the thing with Adam this weekend.
Nice.
Should be able to knock that out pretty quick.
Yeah.
And hopefully it doesn't suck because it's for his girlfriend. And so I have to use my sultry voice.
Where are you gonna do that at? Just at Adams?
Yeah, he said he was working on getting a mic, like a decent mic. I don't know if that happened or not. But,
He's got the Pro Tools and all that.
yeah. yeah, it'll be fun. It's always good to get back up on the horse.
Yeah, have you been like practicing
I
in
have.
the shower
I have.
and everything?
I've been singing my ass off because I know my voice is like. I have to exercise the shit out of that muscle to get it like where it needs to be. Like,
Yeah.
Because I don't ever sing anymore.
Right.
You know, so I gotta like make sure it's working. You know, so, which I've been doing. Every time I get in my car, I fucking sing along to it. You know,
That's cool.
and, it'll be good. It'll be fun.
I have. Let me click on this real quick. It doesn't say who's watching. That's not. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. So I started saving. I don't know if I told you. I started saving for a vacation fund,
Yes.
and just saving my tens. I just save my $10 bills. Whenever I get a $10 bill, I don't spend it, and it's surprisingly easy. You know, it's like, I get one. I'm like, ooh, I got a 10. You know, and it's like I put it in a different part of my wallet, and like that goes to the fund. And I've been doing that since November, like the middle of November, I think. And I've already got like $500 saved.
Really.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's awesome. So like by the time I go on my my road trip that we talked about last week in September, if I keep that up, I'm gonna have a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
You know,
That's your whole fund for that shit.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much. That's
so
awesome.
so yeah, it's going good.
I wish I could. I don't work with cash ever, so
Yeah.
that would not. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
But
My business is pretty much half
yeah.
cash, half credit.
Yeah.
You know, so
But I have I'm going to be doing a trip here first weekend of February. I just don't know where it's going to be yet.
yeah.
So I told you about it. Me and my girlfriend are going to do. We're going to go do a little snow fucking adventure for a weekend. Long weekend.
Yeah. That's right. You're talking about that.
So we have the dates, but and I assume somewhere it's going to be fucking snowing in the beginning of February. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't know where yet. I was thinking either maybe going to Colorado, which I've been to before, like the Denver area,
Uh-huh.
or maybe like New England, which I've never really been to, like
Okay.
Vermont or some shit like that.
Vermont's really nice.
Yeah,
I love Vermont.
yeah, it's like a winter wonderland.
It is. It's cold as fuck though, but it's really nice.
So, we'll have to see what the weather's like. But, yeah, we'll just, I don't know, maybe get like a fucking cabin or something somewhere.
You should go to like Aspen
You know, I looked into that, but like
because it just sounds so cool.
the ski resort areas are like they're really cool,
Yeah.
and they're like because everything's right there, and it's like you don't have to worry about shit. But they're expensive as fuck, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could probably find like a fucking Motel 6 somewhere. Even that's probably like overpriced, like a motherfucker.
Sure.
But we're trying to do something like just I mean, not cheap, but like budget friendly, just for a quick weekend out. You know.
You ever do that like when you're planning a vacation? You're like, I want to go somewhere that sounds cool. I want to go to Zanzibar.
Yeah. Aspen.
Aspen.
Yeah.
It's not even in the United States. Where is that? It's so exotic.
They have. There's this website that does like these mystery trips for you. Have you ever heard of this?
Mm-mm.
So, like they'll book. You give them some parameters. Like you fill out a little survey, like what your budget is, and like things that you like and whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then they send you on a mystery trip.
They don't tell you where you're
They
going.
don't tell you where you're going.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think I don't know. I think you show up at the airport and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit,
I'm going to Guam.
Guam. I want to go to Guam.
You're like, I'm going back out to the car.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun if like you just want to get the fuck out of town. You don't
Yeah.
know where you want to go, but you just need to get out for a weekend. Just have them fucking do that shit. Tell them what your
Interesting.
budget is and what you're into. Well, I like fucking sunbathing, or
Yeah.
or I like mountains or whatever. You just book it for you. It's kind of cool.
I've been, maybe whoever's watching can help with this. Brian went to Vermont. I got stranded in Vermont when I was in my band. Actually, I got stranded in New Hampshire But we played in New Hampshire. But when we played, I was drunk and I said I love Vermont. So it became like a joke in my band because I love Vermont, you know.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful up there. Yeah, we got stranded because our transmission in our van blew out because there's a lot of like mountains and stuff.
Was it during the winter?
It was during the winter.
Nice.
Yeah. And it took them like 5 days to get us a new transmission because they had to get one from the next town, but in order, and they had to take it out, but it took them like 3 days just to get it from the next town,
Right.
which I don't understand. So, but whatever, it was an adventure.
Yeah.
Adventure and vanning,
I've been there.
But yeah, Vermont's fucking awesome.
They have
Salute and Aspen. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There's a place called Stowe, Vermont. You probably heard of that.
Uh-huh.
You heard of that? That's like one of the bigger ski resort
Right.
towns or whatever, and it's not that far from like a major airport, but like it's just crazy expensive, man. And
Yeah.
you're in winter. This is where motherfuckers go and ski and spend fucking a lot of money.
It's legit.
It's legit as
It's
fuck.
legit, yeah.
I don't know if that's quite what we're going for because we're probably not gonna fucking ski. I'll
Yeah.
fucking go Sonny Bono on that shit.
Yeah.
I'll fucking hit a tree. I'll be done. So
You want a bearskin rug and a fireplace?
yeah, I want a bearskin rug, a fireplace, maybe a couple breweries down the
Yeah,
way that I
there
can
you go.
fucking walk to, and that's all.
That sounds awesome.
You know?
That sounds awesome. So, so I see Brian's on. I don't know if Joe is still on or anybody else, but I have a question. I was talking to somebody about this today, and what I was asking people is I was thinking about the relevance of websites versus apps. And I asked some people, and I find that I get a different answer per age group. So if I was to say, if you had to look something up wherever you were, would you be more likely to look it up on the computer? Like you'd probably have to wait till you got home, or would you just look it up on your phone? Or would you just like use an app like Instagram? Like say someone was like, oh, there's this great tattoo artist in my town, and you wanted to find out about him, would you go on Instagram or would you go on a website on the computer? Reason being, I'm trying to find out which is more relevant. Like, are apps more relevant now because everybody's always on their phone, or do websites still have that relevance aside from like shopping websites? I know those are relevant, but like
I would say the
for
age
artists.
group definitely matters because I personally, I would not use an app.
No.
I like Googling shit. Even if it was on my phone, I'd still fucking go to Google. And I'd search for a site. That's definitely my preference.
Now, last week I had 3 20-somethings in my room.
They all said apps.
They all said apps.
That's what I think.
They all said I'd go to Instagram first.
Yeah. And I think the cutoff. I think I'm 38. I think the cutoff is obviously somewhere in between me and the fucking 20-somethings.
Yeah.
That's where. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm old school. I mean, I'm basically, the shit's been around for me as long as it's been around for them. I just had the time before the shit came out.
All right, now how about this? How about someone's like, there's this new band. You gotta check them out. What do you do?
Facebook.
Facebook.
I'd probably go directly to Facebook and search. Whereas back in the day, I might have gone to MySpace.
Yeah. That was the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, Facebook is convenient if I want to look. If I like a tattoo artist, I might if I didn't have a computer and I knew I wasn't gonna have one, I might just go to Facebook.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like my convenience thing is Facebook because I don't do Instagram too much.
Right.
And I really don't fuck with any other social networks.
Hmm.
I look at Twitter a little bit, but I'm probably not the best person to ask.
I think for visual stuff, like an artist.
Yeah.
Instagram would be the way to go, but not so much for bands. You
Right.
need, like, if I was to look up a band, I would go, just because I use Spotify, I would look on Spotify.
Right.
But if I wanted to see them, I would go to YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there was a band, I might look them up on Facebook real quick, and then I'd obviously I'd go first to YouTube,
Yeah.
probably even before Spotify, to listen. see a video.
I never go to SoundCloud.
No, I don't fuck with SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I did for a little
That's
bit.
for like DJs, I think, more
Yeah.
so, like remixes and. Shit
I don't
like
care
that.
for the navigation of it or anything
Yeah.
like that. I don't know. I don't. It's not for me. But I think the trend is going to be apps. I think that's going to be the way, and then whatever comes after that. You know what I mean? But I know, like, I have a Chromebook, and you can't. The Chromebook, you can't. It doesn't work with apps, but that like the next Chromebooks that are coming out are going to be able to work with apps.
Okay.
You know, so like
So
that's the trend.
Yours is like browser restricted, pretty much, right?
It's basically an internet computer. It's got some storage space, but it only works on Wi-Fi. So, yeah, so it's limited for sure.
I remember I used to have Web TV. Do you remember that? Web TV was like a cable box you hook up to your TV, and your phone line plugged into it, and it had a keyboard, like a wireless keyboard. It was high tech at the time, and you'd hit the power button on the keyboard.
That's right.
And it would come on, and you could type in stuff on the screen, like websites or whatever, and have some
That's cool.
things. So it was like a computer, but it was your TV, but it was so rudimentary.
I was
rudimentary.
I was ahead of the curve with computers when I was young.
Yeah.
Way ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And then
What was your first computer? Mine was a Tandy.
Tandy.
Radio Shack.
I don't even
fucking
remember it, but
special.
it was. I used to. I mean, when Prodigy. Do you remember Prodigy?
Band?
No.
Smack my bitch up?
No.
No.
No. Prodigy, the fucking. It was like America Online. It was the same.
Oh
type of
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
You dial in.
Yeah.
I was doing that shit. I was doing shit way before that. I had a modem, and I would dial into these bulletin board systems, these local bulletin board systems, and it would be like chat rooms and like,
Yeah.
you know, you could. I mean, there was some like There's pirate stuff. You could find like, you know, dial into other people's fucking shit and like download stuff.
With their music and all.
So I was way ahead of the curve. Way ahead. If I would have stayed on that, I would be worth like $1 billion today. If I would have just stayed the course with that shit. But I like, you know, basically what happened, well, I mean, I was a total fucking geek. What happened was, you know, midway through high school, you know, I started smoking weed and hanging out with my bro and his friends, and then social life took over.
Sure.
And I dropped all that shit.
Yeah.
Dropped it all. Didn't touch it for years.
Yeah.
And by the time I started like doing that shit again, the rest of the world fucking took off, you know, technologically speaking. But
way ahead. Yeah, I had this Tandy computer, like the I don't even know if it was like fucking multiple colors. I think it was green, some shit. But it had like this rudimentary graphics program where you could like assign coordinates and draw a line from one coordinate to the other. And I remember like my mom got me the computer, so I'm like trying to figure out this graphics program, and I was all into Motley Crue at the time. So like the first thing I did was make a pentagram.
Nice.
You know, my mom's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, this is awesome. So I can make straight lines from here to there, you know?
Yeah. That's fucking awesome. Pentagram.
Yeah.
Your parents must have been very pleased.
Yeah, totally.
I'm sure my parents would love if I just stayed on the computer instead of smoking marijuana.
Yeah.
Just,
driving around the country screaming at people.
Yeah.
Brr.
But, yeah, we used to. My parents got a second phone line so I could fucking dial in and shit. Because I would use the main line. They're like, get off the fucking phone, the computer, you know.
Yeah.
And I dial in with like a 9600 baud modem. Total like early fucking, you know, and like to download any. And it's funny, the computer that I had, the total storage space on it was something like 800 megabytes. Megabytes.
Yeah.
You have apps that are bigger than that on your
Yeah.
phone. This was my entire computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
It's like our phones have more computing power than the computers on the space shuttle.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
did you know that when they flew the space shuttle, up until the last flight, apparently, they had floppy disks. And between certain parts of the mission,
Yeah,
like,
change
as
it
they're
or something.
fucking taking off, they would, like, pop one out, pop the next one in. You know, it's like, okay, take over from there. Okay, take that one out.
Yeah, that's crazy man.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I saw one of the shuttle. I went up to DC a few years ago and went to the Udvar Hazy Museum, which has fucking cool space, like flight shit, you know. And they have the shuttle there, and you look at it, and it's what I found amazing about it is like that same kind of vibe. Like they used floppy disks and like this sort of like rudimentary
tape drives.
Yeah, technology, like this early technology.
To go to space.
And when you look at the fucking shuttle, first of all, I mean, you're in awe of it. But with all, like, the tiles on it and shit, it looks like somebody just, like, fucking put some gum up there and, like, pushed some shit on it. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like...
It looks like
they just
half-assed.
It looks half-assed. Like, they just... A bunch of fucking dudes just kind of, like, put this thing together with, like, tape. You know? Like, scotch tape and glue. And that shit went to fucking space.
I got a meme the other day. That's fucking funny.
That could have been Jason Jobs.
Could have been Jason Jobs. And this is like so spot on. It's a picture. Let me see if I can show this to the world. Will it focus? Almost, maybe. Well, you can see there's the plane that holds the shuttle that transports. It says this plane is carrying a motherfucking spaceship. Why the fuck do I have a 50-pound limit on my suitcase?
That's legit.
It's like, yeah, what the fuck? I'll piggyback and shit.
I saw something today. It was like it was a parody kind of thing, like a joke, but it was all about like how you can't have your fucking phone on when you're on the plane.
Oh yeah.
And everyone's like, well, why can't I have a phone on? My phone's not messing. It's just like, oh, it fucks with the navigation. My phone's not fucking with anybody else's phone on here. And one lady's like, I always keep my phone on. I never had any. The plane's never had any issues. You know what I mean? Like it's a legit question. Like,
it is a legit question.
Why?
Why? And why do you have to sit upright?
Yeah, I know. And you're talking about like this much space.
Yeah.
That if you move your seat back, it's like how far back is it going to go?
Yeah.
And what's going to happen?
Yeah. What happens if everybody's leaning back?
What if we all lean back instead of straight up? Like that would fix the problem. Whatever. Is it
that delicately balanced? Like I don't think so.
Will the tail of the plane sort of like go like this?
So look at this. There's a picture here. There's photos online of an abandoned Russian space shuttle facility. In this building, there are 2 space shuttles that were under construction. And I guess they had, I don't know, stolen the plans from our space shuttles or from spies or some shit. And
you can't put that up.
This shit is, no, I don't know how. Well, maybe I can. If I can change that. Let's see. No. I'd have to stop it and start it. But if you just type in Russian space shuttle, it's pretty cool, man. So they abandoned this place with 2 shuttles in it. And people have gone in there, like gone in the space shuttles and like taken pictures in the cockpit and shit. It's fucking crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The Russians were the first to go up, right? Weren't they the first ones to go into space? We were the first ones on the moon, but
The cosmonauts.
I think they sent a fucking dog up. I think a dog was the first living thing.
Yeah.
From our planet in space. He died.
He's probably still up there.
He could be.
He's up there floating around.
Yeah. There's a there's like a 70-year-old dog somewhere floating in space right now.
All right. Well, I think this is a good time to end it.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, bro.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Check that out. The Russian space shuttle. It's pretty interesting pictures that they left. Just all this shit abandoned.
It's amazing.
They're just like, yeah, fuck it.
We're done.
We're done. We gotta go. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's all wish Chris a safe return from the mothership.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get him back soon.
We'll pray for him. I won't do anything, but we'll pray.
Won't do anything at all.
No. Literally nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's like clapping with one hand,
That's impossible.
pretty much.
All
On
right.
that note.
See you next time.